Good morning, everybody. My name's Don Deal, and Matt Taylor and I have known each other since both of us were on staff at Nashville First Church and had a great time together. And Matt and I have been talking a little bit about leadership in the last couple of months, and we're going to look at this subject actually a week from today. This is Monday when I'm making this recording, but on the 20th, we're going to spend a lunchtime together talking about delegation and how we multiply leadership through other people in our mission in the local church. So there's two resources I'm going to share with you. One is a video clip today that I want you to watch before next Monday, and a little bit of an article that I would love for you to read. And there's a couple of questions on there for you, as well as a diagram. So let's dive into it a little bit. I want to give you a little bit of introduction of what we're doing and why that is. Our goal, first of all, is to create an empowering culture. That's really what we want to do. In the culture of the church, we want to empower other people. Well, how do we do that? The basic way to do that is through staff and leaders becoming effective at delegation, which the definition of that to me is multiplying leadership through other people. In other words, getting things done through other people, leading ministry through other people. That means we as staff and leaders become more of coaches and facilitators than actually tool belt people doing the work. And that takes time, it takes effort. And so we're going to talk about that. What are the principles behind it? Why do we delegate? What are the challenges in church ministry for delegation? And what are the very practical four-step ways or four opportunity ways for us to delegate and determining which one of those is most appropriate? We'll talk about that on the 20th. But for today, I know that some of you work with individuals, some of you work with teams, maybe a combination of both. And I know you've worked through the Working Genius and you know about the gears, and you're beginning to recognize, I'm sure, in yourself as a team, as well as those that you work with, maybe where they fall in that category. Those things are all very important in identifying that process of where do we place people in ministry if we're going to delegate. So all those are all the things that we're going to cover and talk about. I want to share with you a video clip. This is from a man named Steve Cochran. He's the CEO of a leadership group called Giant Leadership Worldwide. I do some small group kinds of things with a few leaders locally, business owners, some ministry owners as well, that meet a couple times a month. And we go through tools that help us to better understand how we can lead ourselves, how we can better lead others. And it's very good. So I'm going to share a small video clip with you this morning. I want you just to simply watch this, and the worksheet that will be attached with this video, I'd love for you to use it as well, because it explains, Steve does a good job of explaining what is this balance that we need to have when we're going to be effective in delegation. And so here we go. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll play this 2.5 minute video clip, and then we'll go from there.
So as you'll see, a lot of our tools go together when it comes to that developing others, calibrating support and challenge, investing time in a strategic way. But today is really asking that question: how do you and I become more effective at delegation, of giving tasks that are appropriate to their level of skill and expertise, but giving responsibility and matching with authority? And my last one I'll say on this is, sometimes I've encountered leaders who actually initially try really hard to match responsibility and authority when everything's going well. But the moment the person that they're leading struggles, or maybe hits a bit of conscious incompetence or a bit of despair, they very, very quickly drag back all the authority. They disempower the individual. They reinforce their sense of failure at a time when what they really need is their Sherpa to go, okay, this is a learning opportunity. It didn't go as well as we hoped. Help me understand, did I give you too much responsibility? Or is there a skill or a learning that goes in the process? So remember, delegation is an art, not a science. And you will have to keep working at it, because in the end, the calibration will be dependent upon a lot of variables: the skill, the knowledge, the expertise, the experience of the person you're leading, and your own tendency, whether you're someone who just delegates and runs away, or whether you're somebody who actually always tries to cling on to that authority in the hope that you can control the situation. The more you control things, usually the less empowered people feel. But finding what is an appropriate calibration is one of those Sherpa challenges that this session is all about. Okay, so your 100 exercise on.
So we'll stop there. I'll stop sharing my screen. And that is an introduction for you for the balance between responsibility and authority. And to be a good delegator, we have to come to grips with that balance of turning over responsibility and ultimately authority to some things that we give away to other people. So that'll be a part of what we talk about. So there's four good questions in this video that I have for you, and so you'll find those on that sheet. Take the time. I always like people that I'm going to be in a workshop with to watch this video twice. First time, just simply listen to it. Don't even try to write anything down. Second, take the article that I've given to you and the four questions, listen through that, and I'd like you to put a star anywhere in that first article part, the description, that really resonates with you. It might be a good thing, like, oh, I do this, or I would love to do this, or it might be a challenging thing, like, I see the truth here, but that really is kind of a challenge for me. So star anything in there, and we'll start with that on the 20th. What did you find in this article that really resonated with you? And then on the back page, the second page, is a diagram. And I won't share that on the screen, but you'll see it on that. And we want you to take some time of that. I'll have it on the screen. We'll talk about what that means and how that helps us to be effective delegators. And then I have a four-step, four-type delegation practice that has really been established by Craig Groeschel and Andy Stanley in the ministry context. And they have come up with a great four-part delegation that over the years has helped me to be a better leader, hopefully a good leader, but a better leader in engaging people in ministry. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope you learn some things. And then at this session on the 20th, we'll have a good time talking about it, the challenges, the possibilities, and I'm even going to give you an action, which is, who do you know that has skills and abilities that you could delegate to? What would be the task? How would you go about that? There will be a step-by-step process. I'm kind of a process person. I take an idea and a concept and I try to put it into action steps and details and then try to communicate that as best I can. So I'm gonna just lay it out for you. It's the process. You do with it what you want, but we'll talk about it next week on the 20th. Thanks for the opportunity to be with you. We'll see you soon.